How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. All right, we already got someone showing up. Yeah, I'm here. Just running a little bit late. What's up, Andy? Oh man, what a week! Actually, wasn't what a week. Well, it kind of was, but oh, man, today started off funny. Well, the last couple of days have been kind of funny with TikTok and all that. Man, that platform is crazy. Or maybe it's just me. Probably just me. But anyway, so if you guys follow me on Instagram, which I have a link down in my description and stuff. Hey, what's up, Stog and Wolf? What's up, Chip? Whew. So yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, you know yesterday I posted about how, I post basically on Instagram and TikTok the same exact post. And TikTok started like violating my post for knives, shows up with knives and stuff like that. And then this morning I tried to do a post, and they're like, you can no longer post, you have been suspended from posting. And it's like, oh man, here we go. And, I actually wrote TikTok on Twitter and stuff. It's like, look, I can understand banning knives and violence and guns and things that promote violence, but basically, knife makers aren't promoting violence. They're showing people responsible ways to make knives, and they're showing a craft. It's not like I'm like, oh, learn how to make this knife so you can go out and use it badly and go out and do this so you can promote violence. But the more I looked into it, I was seeing things about, like those cosplay people, like that dress up. They get their things violated for fake knives and fake swords. And it's like, come on, TikTok, and the irony of the whole platform with TikTok is it's, girls can get on there showing like 3/4 of their boobs and half naked with skirts up. And, I understand, look. TikTok is basically a younger generation, a younger platform. But, letting half-naked girls get on there and do all this crazy stuff, is that really worse? Is that even better than, some guy showing someone how to make knives? So, yeah, Chip, you said you were hearing bad things about TikTok. I don't know. TikTok is Instagram like 5 years ago. For anything, it's like if you want to get your stuff out there, you put it on Instagram. Well, now Instagram's gotten so saturated, TikTok came along. And if you want to get your stuff out to everyone, then TikTok is the way to go. And Govinder was even saying like it's their loss. But it's not their loss. Bootleg Blades, I'm going to go check out TikTok, even if it's China spying on us. Bootleg Blades, you said that a couple weeks ago, but now TikTok is like, there's TikTok USA, TikTok UK. It's gotten so big that it's expanded to the different, countries and stuff. It might have started in China, but as it grew and grew, different companies buy it, and different companies invest into it, and they make it for each region. Now, I don't know if I've looked through TikTok, and every once in a while you'll see like a different country's language come through, but mostly it's based for like each language in each region, because it wouldn't make sense to, if I'm trying to watch something in English and I don't understand it in Chinese or German or whatever other language, it wouldn't really make sense because you wouldn't know what they're talking about. So, but I understand where you're saying it started, Yeah, all owned by China. I guess so. But hey, a lot of things are owned by China these days. Andy, making knives has been a craft for centuries. Certainly it's taboo, and yeah, the funny thing is, well, it's not funny, but I kind of relate it to weed, or, smoking weed. and other drugs. For the whole 80s and 90s, oh, you can't smoke weed, you can't do marijuana. And it's like they lumped it in with every other drug. So when some kids like, oh, I'm going to try it, and they smoke weed and they see it's not bad, they're like, oh, well, if marijuana's not bad, that must mean other drugs aren't bad. And they start doing other drugs, if that makes sense. And it's so feasible. It's like when you lump everything together as something bad, and people find out, oh, well, this isn't that bad. They used to say, smoking weed leads to other drug use. And it's true because of the way, your propaganda makes it look bad. If you make something that's not very harmful look bad, when people are like, oh, well, this isn't that bad, so that must mean other things aren't that bad, if that makes sense. Hey, what's up, Nick Riggy? Sorry you're late. Hey, I was late too, so. Nick said just had to get up some pics on Instagram. Yeah, I hear you. Try to get some up on TikTok. But I think what I'm going to do is, what I was reading is it's either like a 24-hour violation thing or at the most a 7-day. And the way, man, it was like, if you saw that post, it was like every other post was getting violated. So it'll probably be a week. But so I was thinking, what I'll just have to do is, do 2 extra videos a day on TikTok and be like, here's my grinder. If you want to see what I can do with it, go check out Instagram, Because, like Govinda was saying, it's their loss, but it's not their loss. Since it's a younger generation, look at these, these kids that are like, oh man, I want to get into knife making, or I have no focus in life, or do I want to take the path where I'm doing bad things, or do I want to learn a craft and focus on something good? So, they banned all these knives and stuff, or knife making crafts, or something that can actually get a kid interested in learning something and progressing his life and doing good in his life. They take that away, the kid's going to go down the bad path, just like I was saying with drugs. Oh no, I can't smoke weed because weed's just as bad as every other drug. So the kid smokes weed, and okay, I'm repeating myself, but it's just, man, the thing is, there's a bad way to teach people and there's a good way to teach people. Knife makers, for the most part, are teaching a craft and responsible knife making and responsible knives and stuff like that. If you take that out of the equation, then people are going to be like, oh, see, you go watch TV, some kid's getting bullied, so what's he do? He pulls out a knife and stabs the dude. So yeah, you're reverting good behavior into what is seen on TV or what is seen other places, which is violence. People report violence all the time. So when someone gets their mind filled with violence, they're just think, oh, well, the only reason I should own a knife is so I can use it for violence. What's up, Heath? What's up, Big Brown Bear? Any updates on the hardness tester? On that updates on the I don't know what you mean. I have the files and I have a hardness tester. Both work pretty good, so I'm not sure. Let's see. He says, honestly, I haven't seen much positive coming out of the younger generation. I can work every 20 years. I can't work with every 20. Man, I can't read. I need to get my other glasses on, I guess. I guess we're getting old, because I'm telling you what, when we were 20 years old, I'm sure people over their 40s or whatever, 30s or 40s, looked at us the same way. Because I'll tell you what, the only difference between now and then is now it's seen everywhere. It's very public. Everyone has a phone and everyone has a recorder. Because I know when I was in my 20s and my teens, I wasn't a saint. Now, I never ended up in jail or with a record or anything, but I wasn't an angel either. So, you know, and my priorities really weren't being the best person in the world. You know, I was good to people and I was respectful and stuff, but I did a lot of stupid things, as I'm sure we all did. You know, when you're being from you know, being a teenager to your late 20s is the time to be an idiot. So, you know, the only difference now is everyone has a camera and everyone wants to post how idiotic they can be. So, I don't know. You know, because I remember, you know, building houses and stuff when I was 18 or whatever with my friend and his dad. And his dad's like, man, if you don't smarten up, I'm going to hit you across the head with this T-square, you know? So, it's, it's all relative, you know? We're just getting old. Oh, man. From New Zealand. Right on. What's up, Mark? Sweet. Man, I love seeing people from other countries and stuff, man. Pull this community together. Big Brown Bear, you were really excited about that unboxing video, so just checking in to see how you are liking after. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. Oh man, I love that hardness tester. You know what? That's a funny thing. Before I got on this other rant, but man, people were seeing my old videos and stuff and commenting on them, and it's like it's kind of cringy to me because I go back and I watch those videos. It's like, oh, woo, those are bad. Like I had someone comment on how good one of my old videos were, and I didn't even do talking. It was just like all subtitles and real dark and real. It was like a 52-100 build or something. And the guy's like, man, that's a great video. It's like, whoo, that's a bad video. Usually, I just leave them up so people can see the progress, you know, because I'm always preaching about when you start out, you're going to be bad. You know, knife making video, and no matter what you do. So I leave it up there, and people are like, oh, man, you do this so well. It's like, yeah, well, go back and see how bad it was. You know, that'll give you a little incentive to know that we all start off somewhere. No, Chip, I think he's talking about when I first got my hardness tester. I did a video on, you know, I didn't really unbox it, but I set it up and all that and showed the different things about it. So it was kind of an unboxing, but basically the same thing. Yeah, I just reviewed it and set it up and showed it and stuff like that. But, oh man, if you can afford a hardness tester, it's awesome. Unless you do hormones, and then they kind of, you need the files because you can't really test with a hormone. But, so, oh man, I'll tell you, speaking of Instagram, since that TikTok post got violated, if you go check out my Instagram, I showed this knife from 6 or 7 months ago where I hand sanded and did the hormone, and man, it came out woo shiny. So I think I'm gonna have to do this, because yesterday, man, I spent all day fighting this thing. I tried I tried vinegar and I tried lemon juice, but what I wanted to do, because I like making my stuff look different, so what I did is, you know, I ferric chloride the middle, and then I went back and I, you know, on the belts and hit this and here, and then I was trying everything, and oh man, this place was a wreck. If you saw my post this morning, man, there was, you know, paper towels, everything, everywhere. But one thing I gotta stop doing, I don't know if this will show up. See that spot right there? I'll dip something in ferric, then I'll wipe it off, and I'll bring the towel in, or the paper towel in, and I'll drop it on the bench with all my other knives. And that's what this is, where the ferric chloride paper towel just laid on this knife and got it rusty. And I think it happened on this one too. Yeah, right up in here. So, it's like, man, I got, dyslexia right here. It's like, I'm trying a new lighting for my studio, or for this live stream, so forgive me if it doesn't, it's not gonna show. But yeah, there's a spot right here. So I get so involved in And my experiments, actually, you know, I bet this is the lemon juice set on it overnight. Because, yeah, that's what that one is. So, but I found out the vinegar, you know, because if you want to do vinegar, and I haven't really experimented much more with the lemon juice, but the vinegar, you actually have to soak the whole blade, and I don't really have anything big enough to put this whole thing in, but, and this cap, I guess we'll get to this cap. Whew, man, this knife has fought me more, I guess because I'm learning how to do it. Mark Baker, well, it's meant to be a warming up, but it's been, oh. Anyway, I'm trying to stay with the thing as I ramble on. But this cap, you know, as if you guys have watched on YouTube on the other things, I had to redo this handle because the first one broke down here. You know, I had it almost finished and it popped, so I made this. And then I did this end cap. I had to redo this end cap. And the first time I was like, maybe I don't need the pins in it, I'll just epoxy it on. And after 15 hours I came down and I pushed it and it popped right off. So I was like, okay, I'll do the pins. And I put the pins in it and I tightened it down and all that. And after 3 hours, like, oh man, I better go, because I didn't put Vaseline on the handle or nothing. I was like, man, if I don't go down and fix that, it's not going to come off. So as I'm twisting it off, the knife goes like this, it flops over. Now, if you see my my shop here, it's like, what, 10, 15 feet maybe? And so the knife falls over off this side, hits the ground, and the cap, since it's only been 3 hours epoxied on, the cap disappears. I don't know where it disappeared to, and I'm looking everywhere. Since it fell right here, I'm looking here, I'm looking all the way over to the grinder, I'm moving everything, and then when I'm moving everything, I kicked my foot on something, I don't know what, and I'm like, oh, you know, and I was so frustrated I couldn't find this thing, I didn't even notice, so I'm walking around, I'm looking down, and there's like red spots everywhere, my floor's just covered, I'm like, what the, and I was like, oh man, my foot is just busted open, I don't know what I kicked it on, what I moved or dropped, but man, it was just like blood everywhere. And then I'm like, I'm about to give up and it's like, I'll just have to make a new one. You know, the elves must have came when it fell and stole it and taken it and it's gone. So I have no idea where it went. And then I'm like, you know, the thing must have flown away. So I'll just check. So I went to the other side of the room, you know, 7 feet away, and looked under a rug, and there it is. So the only thing I can think of is when the knife started to fall, I'm trying to think logic, you know, when you're trying to find something, you go over in your head, it's like, okay, how did this happen to logically make this happen? So the only thing I thought is as the knife fell, the cap came off, the knife came down, batted the cap under my thing, and it rolled back, and then when I went to move something, I rolled it back again, and the cap, I mean, that's the only logical thing I can think of, because my desk, this bench is like 6 inches in front of the shelf down below, and then there's a bunch of boxes, you know, shelves on there. So, I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. It came off, the cap started flying, the knife popped it on, I don't know. Other than that, like I say, elves must have taken it and hid it from me. I mean, yeah. Oh. Chip said he's gonna buy me some shoes for Christmas. I got plenty of shoes. I just, you know, it's funny because, my friend's like, I don't understand why you don't wear shoes down in the shop anyway. And man, I'll tell you, this, knock on wood, this is the first injury I've had to my feet, other than stepping on a little piece of metal, you know, that doesn't puncture, it just hurts. But when I wear shoes, you know, anytime I heat treat or I'm doing sharpening and stuff, I wear shoes. The last time I wore shoes, I was drilling something out and a big old hot piece of steel fell right down into my shoe. Now, you think it's bad if you're walking in bare feet and something happens, you can pull it out or wipe it off. But when you're wearing shoes and a big old hot piece of steel falls down into your foot, you gotta take your whole shoe off and so it's like, damned if I do, damned if I don't. To be honest, usually I just forget to put shoes on. Excuse me, I even leave a pair sitting right there at the top of the stairs, so it's like, put them on. You know, I have my shoes that I wear every day, and then I have my, well, every day I go out, I have my shoes, and I have like older shoes, and I've got plenty of shoes. It's just I'm too lazy to put them on. Leather boots, yeah, nah, I don't know. Bootleg blades, I don't know. I'm not much of a boot guy. I used to be, back in my slam dancing, ass kicking days. Yeah, like I'd ever be an ass kicker. I'd always be the guy that broke up fights. But when you're in the heavy punk rock scene or heavy metal scene, and you're slam dancing, you need boots on. Especially when you're stage diving, so you can kick people in the face. By accident, that is. Oh, Chip, steel-toed boots. Man, there's it depends on what you do for steel-toed boots. Now, one thing I remember when I was like 25 and working, you always hear that story of where like the beam drops, boom, and it presses in on the steel toes and cuts the dude's feet or cuts the toes off. So, but that's probably just an old wives' tale. So I got boots. I got real nice boots, but shoes are just so much more comfortable. Or I wear, I got like size 13 feet, so I like skate shoes, because skate shoes, man, they last forever. But it's hard. Vans are like the only shoes that really fit me well and have the colors because I'm a weird cat, man. I wear purple pants and purple shorts, and I guess this is a purple shirt, or kind of bluish purple shirt, so I like my off colors. Yeah, Chip can't wear boots anymore. His feet hurt too bad now. Ugh, man, I can't speak this morning. I'm all riled up. But yeah, so I don't know. Boots would be nice, but man, put it this way: if I'm not putting on slip-on sneakers real quick to come down here, I definitely ain't putting on boots to tie up and get all heavy. So yeah, it's basically just a lazy thing, but but the bath lady actually wrapped up my feet. The lady that comes and takes care of my mom, she's like, I'm gonna go get a bandage and we're gonna wrap that thing up. My friend's like, yeah, you have to wrap it up. You can't be walking down there and all that metal dust with a big open wound. You're gonna get sepsis and all that. So yeah, me and my stubbornness. So my boots don't have laces. Oh, really? Huh. Might have to look into that one. Yeah, that would actually. But how do you keep them from flying off? Because that's, yeah, I'll have to look into that. That's actually might be a good idea. Oh man. So I'll tell you what, man. So I guess the last 2 months I've been doing nothing but complaining. So. And I guess today will be another one of those days. Cause man, YouTube has been driving me crazy too. But YouTube is my fault because I was using Google Ads to promote and thinking, oh man, if I use their platform to promote my stuff, then yeah, it'll make it better. But it's just making it worse because they're not people that are coming here interested, so it's messing the algorithm all up. So I think I'm gonna do away with the Google ads and stop using them and which is going to be, my OCD doesn't, I don't know, when I get infatuated, like yesterday, like I was talking about, spending all day trying to figure out a different way to do hormones, when I know how to do a hormone, that would just make it pop simple, but no, I have to do everything in my power to do it differently and be different, so it's like, man, and, and when I was like, okay, I'll just cut my videos down to 10 minutes instead of 20 minutes, thinking, oh, well, maybe I could put out 3 videos a week if I cut them down and then do this live stream. But no, because just because you cut the video to 10 minutes doesn't mean that the editing is cut in half. In fact, the editing takes longer now. It's like, oh, hey, what's up? What's going on? Be well? So, yeah, it's like trying to figure stuff out these days for me. It's like, and the thing about YouTube that I think I have the hardest thing with, and it's all me, of course, is the success failure part. If I'm making a knife and I succeed, then I'm real happy. But if I fail, then I know how to fix it. And that's the same with TikTok. TikTok bans me, but they let some of my posts through. If I knew how to fix it, then, man, it's a learning thing for me, and I can learn, and I can progress, and I can do what I need to fix the problem. But with YouTube and all these social media, it's not a succeed or fail thing. It's kind of like a limbo thing. You just keep going and doing, getting better and getting better, or doing your thing, figuring out new things. But there's no reward, or what's the opposite of reward? There's no failure sign, like, oh, you failed. And there's no, like, one video takes off and does awesome. There's no rhyme or reason to why it did great, or there's no rhyme or reason why these videos aren't doing great. When, you watch all the statistics, you watch all the how-to videos, all the things that you need to do, you're doing everything right, but it's like, why is this video better than this video? And it drives me crazy. My 11-year-old granddaughter is watching you too. She said hi. Oh, awesome. Hi back. That's awesome. Glad to have her aboard. Penalty, that's the word, right? Yeah, there's no reward or no penalty. Well, on TikTok, there's a penalty, you get violated. But I'm used to a clear, win or lose. And with all these social media, it's just, you have no idea. I'm a very logical thinker, or I try to break things down logically. Like I just talked about with this knife, when the end cap. There's, trying to figure out how this cap got 8 feet over that way when it fell that way. It took me a while to be like, okay, this is the only reason, when I pulled the cap off, the cap started falling, if you were here. So it's like, that's how my mind thinks. Whenever something is good or bad, I have to break it down to be like, okay, these are the steps I have to keep doing if it's good. These are the steps I have to do to change if it's bad. But with all this social media stuff, it's just like a no feedback thing, and I can't get my mind to grasp. And I'll tell you, last Friday, I think I was menstruating or something, because, man, I woke up bad. I was all offset and just frustrated with everything, and whoo. Hey, what's up, Gravinder? I was actually talking about you earlier about the TikTok thing and how you said it, it's their loss, but yeah, it's a lot of people's loss, especially people that want to learn this stuff. That's briefly it. I wrote you that on Instagram telling you, but yeah, so, man, trying to figure these things out is just, whew. But yeah, Friday, I woke up and, man, I was bitter. I'm talking, man, my friend called me and was like, man, everything's effed up, and man, I'm just pissing. I don't want to, you know. And I was getting to the point. It's like, man, all these people are always asking me to give them shouts out and help them here and help them there. Not with knife making. Not like you guys, you know, Chip and all you. But like, if you guys ask me for advice, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like other content creators that are like, oh yeah, give me a shout out, or hey, let's do a collab, or let's do something to promote my channel. And then I'll see them growing some, but it's like, or they'll even use some of my techniques or stuff, and it's like, I talked about that a couple weeks ago. It's like, see people doing my stuff, but are like, I just came up with this, and it's like, I know you didn't just come up with that, man. You're, you know, but all that was just like building on me, and it's just like, I gotta let that shit go. I gotta just, all this logical thinking stuff, I just gotta let it go. So that's why I'm stopping with Google Ads. So if my numbers are low and people aren't watching my videos, oh well. You know, Casey Neistat had said this. It's a $1 rule. If you wouldn't do it for $1, you shouldn't be doing it for $1 million. Basically, if you're not willing to do it because you enjoy it, you shouldn't be doing it at all. You know, and that's something I've forgotten. The more obsessed I get with growing my channels and growing my Instagram and growing TikTok and growing Facebook, you know, I keep forgetting I'm doing this because it's something I love to do. I'm not doing this, you know, I'm doing it to help others too, but I didn't get in this to become rich or famous and all that. I mean, those would be nice too, but and the eyes, lungs, and feet, you really look after them. Yeah, my eyes, my lungs, they're all shot. My feet are okay. But man, I've smoked for, I actually quit for a year after my heart surgery, but then Mom had a stroke, and I still only smoke like 4 smokes a day. And I wish I could cut that out, but yeah, my eyes, man, once you hit 40, man, those eyes just start going on you, so. Whew. Man, so, speaking of YouTube anyway, something funny happened. If you go back and look at, like, my old videos, like, I've been putting up videos on YouTube for probably, like, 8 years or something, but a lot of them were just, like, videos, music videos I made and stuff like that. Well, not music videos, but like my music with like the lyrics on them or stuff like that. And I had this one song called Mass Grave, and basically it's about the Holocaust, you know. And so when I made the video, I took pictures and video clips of the Holocaust and you know, kind of dictated. The video is gone now, so you can't find it on YouTube anyway. But, yeah, 6 years later, YouTube's like, this violates this, and, you know, this is just a warning. Man, I'm getting all these warnings this week. And all these violations. Must be something in the air. Everybody hates me. I'm doing it all wrong. Oh, man. Sometimes it's good to be hated, though. Oh, man. If you're not being hated, then you're doing something wrong. But anyway, yeah. 6 years ago, I put this video up. And now it's just like, you know, bam, we have to take this down. You know, I understood, though. I mean, it was pretty graphic. It was all, you know, war footage from the Holocaust. And, you know, the song's called Mass Grave, you know, it's about killing a bunch of people and just filling mass graves. So I understand with that one. That's definitely a reason to need to be taken down. Even though it's an anti-war song, yeah, the title pretty much says it all. So that makes sense. Whew. Oh, man. So, has anyone else noticed this live stream starting to turn into me complaining? I think I'm just turning it into a bitter old man. It was bound to happen someday. You got to stay positive somehow, and if you keep all this shit building up inside, then it's not going to turn positive. You got to figure out ways to let it go, and you guys are my only outlet, so you guys have to hear my shit every week. Oh man. 3-leg blades, get off my lawn. Yeah, you're damn right. Oh, Chip, how do you... I just put it, once I found the cap, I went and glued it up for the 4th time. So, yeah, I put the pins in it. That's the thing. When it fell off and hit, and I hurt my foot and all that, I put the pins in it and I epoxied it, but I forgot to put Vaseline on the tang. And I came down and I was like, oh man, I'm going to come down in the morning and the whole thing's going to be all stuck. I'm going to have to make a whole new handle. So, yeah, and then it took me half an hour. Man, whew, you guys think I'm laughing and giggling and in a good mood, but man, that was some rage. I must have kicked something, like, the thing that holds this grinder, it's all metal. I must have kicked that or something, because I tore this whole place apart. Everything from that side of the room was on this side of the room, and then, because logically it just doesn't make sense for something to fall here and end up in the corner over there, 10 feet away. So, I don't know. So I'm tearing everything. All I know is I look down and my carpet's just red dots everywhere. But, yeah, I mean, the second or third time you do something, you should get it right. Oh, man. Oh, whew. I think I had more topics. I think they're just hiding from me. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm out of topics. 2 minutes to go. We almost made it this week. Oh, man. In a couple more months, I'm going to turn into a person into politics, and I'll just start yapping and complaining about politicians and complaining about this. And oh, man. I definitely appreciate you guys sitting here listening to me each week bitch and complain these days. I'll have to go back to some of my old live streams and find some good happy thoughts. So where I was just starting out, figuring this stuff out, and it all seemed like, oh, it made sense. Now a couple of months down the line, it doesn't make any sense anymore, because it's not working out like they say it does. No, I haven't buffed it. I just, like I said, Chip, yesterday, I just spent all day trying to figure out that hamon. So, yeah, I still got a lot of work to do on the handle. I still got a lot of work to do on a lot of it, and then I can get to the handle. But I'll definitely hit you up. You said you got some good advice for buffing out stuff like that. But yeah, whew. But I think that's about it. I've rambled and yelled and complained enough, and turned into a grumpy old man. Whew, man. Oh, all right. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. I really appreciate it. I got links to my website, the first one down, and it'll be up in the cards where you can get shirts like this and maybe knives like this if I ever get to finishing them. This hamon actually came out, as I stop onto something else, I don't know if we can see it, but man, this hamon came out real nice. So I can't wait to finish that one. You can barely see it. Oh, is it going to show? But yeah, so I got knives like that up on my website and stuff like that, and shirts and Amazon links if you need any tools that, for the shop, stuff like that. There's affiliate links for Amazon and all that, but yeah, so everyone have a great week, a great rest of the weekend, and whew, let's see what I can, man, I'll tell you what, here I go on another tangent. By Wednesday, I was like, man, I don't have anything to talk about. I might not be able to do the live stream this weekend. And then, boom, 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 boom. All this happened within, the end caps happened like Thursday night. And, oh, man. Woo. So it might have sucked at the time, but I got great footage today, right? All right, thanks everyone for stopping by. Hope to see you next week and in a couple videos this week. So, yeah, everyone have a great day. And as always, take it easy.